Hi, welcome to another episode of Silver Fox Scotland. Thomas Kerr, he is a reform councillor in Glasgow, and he says he's going nowhere. He's very angry, actually. He held a special surgery, political surgery, that was aimed directly and exclusively for armed force veterans. This attracted the ire of the SNP, who said, that's very divisive, only having a surgery just for veterans. Thomas Kerr did the decent thing. Yes, he said, yes, it is divisive. I am exclusively doing this for veterans. He said, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm keeping it. I'm staying. Yeah, I'm dividing a special part of my time, my personal time, to offer this to one group to whom we should all offer more of our time. The veterans, those men and women who put their lives on the line by standing on the wall to protect this nation. I'm an ex-soldier. I wasn't a good soldier. I wasn't a bad soldier. I was a meh soldier. I did my time. I was in, I was out. I did 3 years. I'm not a hero. But I served, and I appreciate the effort that I put in getting fit enough to serve for those 3 years. I appreciate that I did run a chance of being sent to a very dangerous place. That's what happens. That's why you serve. That's the risk you take, as it were. There are many who served far longer than me, that were much better soldiers than me, that put themselves in harm's way more often than I did, and who I think deserve far more from this country. I don't crave recognition. I merely point out that I served to say that I understand the needs of people who have served. I have no needs in that requirement. Thank you. But for the SNP to actually moan and complain and castigate a man for standing up and giving these ex-forces guys a voice, I think is disgusting and horrific that there is a party like that. We saw the scenes at Celtic where they booed through the 2-minute silence where the referee wasn't wearing a poppy. Bastards. How many Scots went out and fought? How many Scots died or were wounded? And those fuckers couldn't give a shit. And it's not as though they're even Irish, these people. They may have been Irish descent. They're all bloody Scots. But they couldn't take a minute out of their hate, you know. And what is it about the SNP and their hate for anything that's decent? They're scum, aren't they? They're not even the shit on your boot. If you had a turd walking around wearing a boot, it would be the shit on the boot of a turd. That's what the SNP are. So thank you, Mr. Kerr. Keep up your good work. Look after those often vulnerable and surprisingly vulnerable ex-forces, because you are conditioned in the army, especially long-term army. You go a bit army-barmy and you find it very hard to adjust to real world. I was lucky. I did 3 years in and out. I didn't get conditioned. I enjoyed my time. I liked the guys I was with. But they always say the 2 good days of joining the military: the day you join and the day you leave. I got promoted to Mr. I still have fond memories, don't get me wrong, but I would never have done the things I've done if I'd have stayed in the military. But I'm glad I did my service. 042, that's the last 3 last 3 numbers. My entire number, of course, is tattooed on the inside of my eyelids. You never, ever forget your number. Thanks very much. Bye.